Howdy y'all, Michael here.
And Paul here, from Pan Paul.
So, how y'all? How you doing, Paul?
I'm good.
I'm doing great. We decided we need to get out. It is Black Friday, and I don't like sales. I'm not a big sales guy. I mean, if you can get a good deal, you can get a good deal, but I'm not real big about getting stuff to have stuff. Paul and I were just having a conversation out here about we got too much stuff. We got a lot of junk that we don't even use. So I'm trying to slowly thin stuff out, but it's taking some time. So we decided to go to HRO, see what they got going on Black Friday. Not the mall.
And get some stuff. And get more stuff.
Not the mall. On the way out here, we saw huge lines at the Allen outlet malls. I was like, I can't live like that. I can't live like that for stuff, you know, stuff that I may not use.
Maybe there are people that don't have internet and don't realize they can buy everything online.
It's Cyber Monday. So come hang out with us. So this is the FTM 500D.
On sale, HRO.
So how much is it on sale for? $4?
$4.79. $4.79.
I'll buy that for $1.
No, $4.79 I think.
The total was about
$5.79. No, $4.79 because it's 100 and something off. You can't beat it. $4.79.
So if I had the cash, I'd be picking this up today to put in my truck. If I had the cash today.
$170 off.
Yeah, you can't. I tell people all the time, wait for Black Friday. That's when the best time to buy at least radios. Yaesu, in my experience, Yaesu's deals every year are good.
Is that today only, or
Through the 3rd.
through the 3rd? Okay. This is J Mac, one of our friends. He recognized me right when I walked in the door.
Yeah, he was at the balloon launch, right?
No, he didn't do the
balloon launch. Who was the one at the balloon launch?
And he's taking care of it.
No, I can't remember. Weren't you the one that told me about the balloon launch? Richardson Club?
Oh, no, it wasn't me.
I just know the music was too loud to hear Andrew. That's all I know about the balloon launch.
I gotta remember who that was. He was here.
No, it wasn't me. I've worked with Michael many times.
Yeah, someone else here is Richardson Club. We were talking about the balloon launch. He was out there.
That might have been Al.
Al.
He's RWK, so.
Oh yeah, probably Al then.
Yeah, I just
Second
wanted to
wave
make
now.
sure because
You're not
I told him
moving.
let me put this on the card, then if I need to buy anything for the house, you know, I.
All right. Well,
What's going on? There's that one.
Okay.
Now what's the
is
balance?
that the DV Mega, the new one? I got the mini DV, so those hotspots for digital modes
Okay.
to connect for digital modes. I just made one that's about that size.
So like getting on YSF Fusion.
Yeah, get on all of them basically.
So that was
D-Star.
The difference is with this one, the soft, this is the MMDVM board.
Yeah.
And the computer actually handles all the Pi-Star
Oh,
stuff.
gotcha.
This has a Raspberry Pi
It's got the
built
Pi in
into
it.
it. So it does everything.
Yeah, my MMDV it came with the little little kit. You know, you just solder a few pins.
Right.
I just made that and just starting to get into it, but I can't get my DMR code plug to work, so I'm struggling with DMR.
So
Got D-Star to work, got YSF to work, can't get DMR to work.
So basically what we're talking about here, this is what connects ham radio to the internet through your local machines.
We'll see it on the invoice.
So you can get worldwide coverage with just small radio. So
Yep.
Let me just check, make sure TO didn't.
I have the 3.5 and it works great.
Which one?
Decent. That's this one.
The Zoom spot?
Yeah, it works great for. I've used it for DMR, Fusion, and D-Star. It works great. It'll also do NDXN and one other, but
P25 and
P25.
yeah, NDXN is I just saw and I've never heard of before.
Yeah, I had to look it up.
Is it new?
Or
is it
not that new, but
Oh.
not as common.
Geez, they're all streaming. Mr. Mudd, TO, everybody's streaming right now. All the
look at
sales.
stream.
We thought
I'm
we'd
ready
come
to
in and
stream.
show the sales in person at HRO.
That's right. So
Like we're not going to be crowded enough later today.
this is a VHF and UHF. This is more for local communication. We were talking about YSF and Fusion. This radio can do that digital mode Fusion. And there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that.
The rest is the tax.
But that's what that C4FM is. It's the Fusion system. Oh, it's got Bluetooth.
I mean, I can.
This one's got Bluetooth.
Unless you could get a Texas Ed card.
This has
You
everything.
get a remote mic.
Well, actually,
This has everything. Well, so the other one does too. It's got the little headset. Oh, it doesn't have the.
one is tax.
Where's the thing?
Business.
No, it doesn't show the specs.
Ah, business, yes.
But I never use it, so every year when I do my taxes.
50 watts.
It's a beautiful radio.
50 watts, probably 40, 45 on the UHF, 50s on VHF usually. So that's more for local communication. You'll see a lot of hams with those in their vehicles. So
Is the 200 no longer sold?
Yeah, they just continue.
Oh, I think we have a 200 on our Wires X node.
okay.
I think that's what Kevin provided.
Yaesu discontinued the 200 and the
Okay,
30.
so
I know where my money
I do
goes.
have a question.
They said too
Okay.
hard to get some parts that it uses they can't get.
FT
I missed the 400. I was sad that they discontinued that because it's big.
A lot of people love it because of the screen.
So I didn't see the point in having a 200 when we got this one.
But I have a Ford Explorer, so this would fit in there a lot
This is
better.
the 200 had a single receiver, and it would sort of go back and forth. That has two receivers.
$100
$3.99
this point.
You can't monitor two channels at the same time.
I don't know. Why even have a
What's the
single
difference
anymore?
between the
I guess it's just
500D and the
a
300?
price thing.
500 is a little bit bigger.
Yaesu has an option so that it mutes the secondary channel, whichever one's not working, which will save your mind because I usually keep it on a local repeater and 4652. And if you get two at the same time,
Also, the separation kit comes
two
with a
different
300, but not
conversations.
with the
It's hard.
500.
Right.
If you want to
They'll-
separate the front
it's an
display
option
from the
to
body,
auto-mute it.
you buy everything that
It's that
cables,
FTX
mounts,
dash
batteries.
1 is going to be
That's
that
where
one.
that
It's got two dual receive, two speakers. I mean, it's
It's not
the
C4.
HF. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it
So-
has two
It's
speakers,
QRP.
just like the 500.
No, but I mean, for people like satellites and stuff, it's going to be great.
right.
POTAs, satellites.
Yep.
I got my 705, but I've already pre-ordered the FTX. Let's just hope it's not.
Saying first quarter.
Yeah, it says early 2025, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah. How long did Kenwood say the 75 was going to come out?
And let's see what they come up with next year on that new one, if they'll give us some more information on it.
What Robert's speculation is the 1F will come out as date. That's when they'll release it.
What month was David? April? May. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's like middle of the year. If it's early, it has to be like March.
Well, remember, I saw in 23, I saw the Kenwood THD 75
Yeah.
date. It was in a glass case and it wasn't turned on. They wouldn't let anybody touch it. So
yeah.
you knew it was a non-functional prototype.
That's what the Kenwood was.
And they said,
Tokyo.
oh, it's coming out, coming out, coming out. And it was beginning of the next year, beginning of this year before it came out. It's
That
good
one
radio.
the one at Kenwood, because I was at the Tokyo Ham Fair, that Kenwood one, it was a 3D printed, it was not a functioning device.
Oh, the 1F?
No, the Kenwood,
Oh, the Kenwood.
whatever the number is,
Yeah.
that was not a functional radio.
What kind of card is that?
But
That's not fair.
we got to look at what it is going to look like, kind of, right?
Sure.
So, and that one's got a nice screen.
It gives you an idea of the screen size.
Yeah,
of the
that's what's
phone.
funny is they went to the nice 400 size screen, and Yaesu's gone back down to smaller screens.
Yeah, we just got in the 150s. And then we got one set up back there.
Directed that and
Should I try this or not? Yeah.
Brand new.
Oh yeah, it's still got.
Dual band,
And
non-digital,
what's the
right?
price on this one?
Yeah.
Quite reasonable for everything it does. It's 55.
Oh, 55 watts VHF.
Goose deck between the seats.
Right now, $379.
379. That's not bad.
So yeah, they got one that's 55 watts, and then they have one that's going to be 65?
65 and 85.
85, yeah.
And the 3165 or 3185.
It's set up like the 891 without bottom buttons, but this is set up like the 891, and then that classic Yaesu orange look. I like that.
It's also got the mic jack on the.
Oh yeah, on the head. That's good.
That's definitely good. That's definitely good to
I
have.
get extension kits for both my other models. Is the mic jack on the 500 head? It is on the head.
Speaker and the mic jack on the head.
Oh, speaker.
On the 500, yeah, there's a speaker on the bottom. Yaesu did everything. The one thing they did that really impressed me, I used to do live sound a lot.
Yeah.
So if you've ever been at a big outdoor concert, they have the mains up at the stage and they have speakers back. They use a delay so that everybody hears them at the same time. Otherwise, you hear Yaesu included that with the settings for that radio. So if you put the transceiver in the back and you want to use both speakers, you can adjust the time delay so it doesn't echo. Which I thought was pretty cool for them to include.
And I like their new mounting system. That's
Just slide out with the clip, yeah.
I wish they would have thought of that earlier because all my 400s have it.
Yep. And the A91s like
Yeah,
that.
it's all just
So-
all in my truck, and that's what I had to do was sit there and.
So what about the mounting system?
Well, their mounting system is. We can look at it over there. It slides in instead of bolts in. We can go look at it over there.
Okay.
Yeah, the rack has a clip on it, so the radio just slides in, and then you can unlock it and take it out. So it's a pretty easy way to move it around.
Yeah, because they'll have. There's probably another one over there we can show that screws in. Let's look at it.
This is the try it out.
So normally they'll mount. The little U-shaped metal mount will mount into here, and you
Right.
can screw these in, right?
Right.
So this is their new one.
this is what he's talking about right
yeah.
there.
So now
You mount the mount
you
and slide
mount
it
that in normally, and then this just slides in with a click, and it clicks in and holds. That's that 150. That's a nice looking radio. That's really nice looking radio.
Yeah, it is. You can read the display.
Yeah.
Kind of like
That's the 2 meter only, right? Or no, what's this one? 6,000. I think that's 2 meter only.
yeah.
That's the 300. And
And there's the 891 right there.
891, a great field radio, great
So-
mobile radio.
So to let you know, this is not for local communications. It can work for it. I guess you can do 6 meter or something local,
Yeah.
but it's for worldwide communication. So each band has a different property. Like VHF gets distance. UHF can get through buildings and stuff easier, but they all have their differences. So long range. In fact, back in the days when police departments were using analog radios, your highway patrol would use VHF, while your city police would mainly use UHF, because the highway patrol can be out there in the boonies, and the city will be inside of buildings, answering calls. So
I just realized they got their sales up here, a lot of their sales. Look at this. My radio is $1,200 off right now.
really,
$26.99. It's this one right here.
oh, you got that radio?
That's the one I won on Gigaparts.
You won that
Yeah,
radio.
That's the one I won. It looks bigger here for some reason.
Holy cow!
I got the speaker now, and yeah, that's the one I won. Thank you, Gigaparts. Sorry,
Oh.
HRO. Wow, $26.99. I think this is the one.
It looks bigger because the speaker's on the side of
Maybe,
it.
yeah, mine's speaker's sitting up here. Maybe that's.
I
Maybe
mean, look
this-
at my hand, folks.
I think this is the one that Bentley wants. And what's cool is the SDR function. You can put this on an external monitor up here, see? Like this. And then you've got your external monitor up here. That one is connected to the 991 right now.
That's
So-
710.
Or 710, sorry. 710 and the DX10.
Yeah,
both
the
have
991's over there.
this. Yeah. So this one, they allow you to plug them into external monitors so you can have a bigger screen, and even though these are nice screens.
Yeah, none of these transmit here. This is all for.
The DX10's a good radio as well. Bentley's selling one of these.
And there's the 991A, which would be a good RV radio. Like
Yeah.
you can have your radios up front while you're driving, and you can see the size difference here. Here's my hand. But you can have your radios up front with driving, and this can be in the back to where you can display on it. So this is a mobile version. This front part actually comes off. It's a detachable faceplate. So my dream for my vehicle is to have one of these for worldwide bands. And where's the we're overstepping it. Where's the 500?
Oh, right there on the arm.
Okay, and have this for local comms right here, so I can get it in focus. This is the radio I want.
See, the speakers come out this bottom, so it pumps it out at an angle.
That's amazing.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That way, when it's up by you, the speakers are right at your face, not down on the device that's under your seat.
Look at that power supply, man.
No. This is a fan.
Oh, that's
This
a fan
is
to
what I
keep
have,
it cool.
Well, this is what I have mounted on the Node radio in the home because it's used a lot. And then I've also mounted it on my radio, this same type of base in my car because it gets it off the ground, and if I ever need to cool it, I can cool it.
Okay, it kind of looked like a power supply setup, but how much is that fan?
I can't remember, but there's people that make their own too. They 3D print them and put computer fans and stuff in them. I won these two things too. I won this and a Heil 7 headset.
People say, "Oh, Mike, you always win prizes," and I'm like, "I win Balfangs." That's what I win.
What's funny is I was really tired of ham radio because in an HOA, everyone else was making contacts and my HOA antenna it sucked, and I sold my 1200. I was just using this 891 in the home. It was a little, and then I had been putting in every day for that contest, sometimes twice a day because they allow you a double entry. And I won that, and I thought, well, I won the radio and thought,
maybe I ought to stick to the
yeah,
ham
maybe
radio.
I better stay. Maybe this is the universe telling me to stay with ham radio. So, and it's a beautiful radio. I mean, even at this price though, $2,700. That's such for what you can do with this radio now. $26.99 is a great deal. But would I buy one now in the HOA? No, because I don't have a great antenna. And really, your communications relies more on the antenna than it does the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be hard for me to justify even $2,700 if I have a mediocre antenna like I do. But $2,700 is a great deal. So we'll ask Bentley when he comes out. I think that's the one he wants.
Is Bentley hiding from us?
Probably. Let's check out the 705. Let's look at some icon stuff. So this is the one I just got. I didn't bring it today. And then I got the cage, kind of protect it, and the backpack and everything. So this is a nice setup. QRP, which means low power, 10 watts or less, but a beautiful screen, touch screen, and it's really a nice little radio for portable use.
So that's more of a POTA type radio that
Parks on the air.
parks on the air. Yeah. So people like to go camping, hiking, whatever, and they quote unquote activate a park, and then people all around the world try to talk to that person in that park. Of course, they got this big mag loop here.
Magnetic loop antenna.
And that's good for a portable setup.
Yeah.
And these you can actually tune by ear. You just have to
I have this.
listen to the sound, and when you're getting closer to where it's supposed to be tuned, the static kind of goes away. Then you know you're ready.
So this is Chameleon. I bought the Chameleon's kit. It's cheaper than the built one. It doesn't have the metal. It has this is coax cable, so it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a kit, and I built it, and it works really well. We need to take it out and do a POTA with it.
Yeah.
It's low power as well. It's not high power, which is fine if we're using the 705 because it's low power.
Right.
But if I go back and I look at my Yaesu and compared to ICOM, if I went back, the look of the ICOM radios is so much prettier now. Even though I'm a Yaesu person, I have one ICOM. It is a pretty radio. It's got beautiful color screens.
Yeah.
And it's a really nice radio.
They don't have the latest icon, but some of these have waterfalls where you can see the whole frequency spectrum there, and you can see where the signal is, and you can tune the signal up and down. But we're not going to have anything here because none of this is hooked up.
I think all you can do is switch it here. So that right now it's on the 7610, which is this one, right? Is this the 7610? Yeah. So it's on this one right now.
Oh, it is?
And if we want to switch, we can switch their antenna to this one.
Oh, okay, they do have an antenna
So you can
outside. I
switch.
forgot.
Yeah, so these are antenna switches here, where you can run one radio into this one that has you can have 4 antennas, different types of antennas, depending on the communication you want to do. And you can switch it to whatever antenna you want. So a lot of people that have space and stuff do that as well. I have 2 antennas, so I don't need a switch.
Here's your 85 watt VHF
that's
only.
85.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this thing's
It's a big heat. It's a big heat sink.
Yeah, there's no fan on these. It's just a
Oh,
huge.
really? No fan either. Wow.
No, the high power ones don't, but they do get hot. They will burn your hand.
It's a major heat
So-
sink. And then here's that Lab 599 that we looked at up there. It's under 1,000 now. Aircraft grade aluminum machine.
Is that the Russian one?
Yep.
So we're not getting those anymore.
No, I think it was Ukraine though initially, or started in Russia and now in Ukraine, or started in Ukraine and now in I forget.
Yeah. So getting support for it is going to be a little challenging, as long as you understand that, you know.
Yeah.
Now here's another HF rig that's pretty cool. This is a 7100. I have a 7000, but this one, that's the control head. That's the radio right there, and it looks like you got a keyboard here that will connect to it. And what's cool about this is it's considered a mobile rig. It's all depending on how you want to mount it, but you know, if you got an RV, you can put this up in the when your cargo area is, and then you just pull this out on your dinette when you want to operate. It's just so much simpler.
Yeah, I've always kind of thought this was a great idea, especially for the desk,
Right.
or like an RV, sit on some.
Yeah, it's small. It takes up very little real estate.
It's the perfect angle. I just thought it was such a great idea.
Yeah, you're not gonna. This is impractical for an RV, something this big.
Yeah.
But
Now, for those of you who are just starting and looking on a budget to get into ham radio, and you can use, well, the technician, you can use 2 bands, 10 meter and 6 meter, right? Besides
it's
VHF
a little
and
section of it, but yeah, you can.
This G90 right now, there's a bundle, and I want to say it is under 500 or potentially around 400. I forget. It's a great bundle, and this radio will do all your HF frequencies. It has a built-in tuner. It's a great radio that, for budget, it's even cheaper than the 891, and it has a built-in tuner. So if I was to suggest to anyone like a starter, this would be a good starter. Then figure out the brand you like, or the radio type you like, or what you want, because you can always resell these. These are great to resell as well. But good radio, tuner built in. A lot of people use these for parks on the air. You can use it for home. It is QRP, and then there is a 100 watt amp you can buy. But I would say start with this one, start with QRP, and then grow from there and see what you like. You might like Icon, you might like Yaesu or Kenwood, and go from there. But that's a good radio, the G90 by Zygu.
All right.
I don't know if it's on sale here or not.
Which is a Chinese radio brand, by the way.
I don't see it.
But these are power supplies. These are power supplies. I was calling that other power supply. I was like, good grief, do you see that?
Do they sell this? Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's a power from PowerWorks, the PowerBox Mini Portable Power, 15 amp hour, and it's all.
Oh, it's a battery.
It's a battery, and you got all your ports right there. I thought this was running something, but they must sell them. So you've got your USB. What's this? I can't see it. 12 volt for cigarette, an adapter thing. 12 volt. You've got
Anderson.
two outs, Anderson poles, and this maybe is a solar in or something. I don't know what that is.
We'll open it up and we'll take a look at it.
Oh,
That's 2 USB-As.
yeah. So pretty cool little portable 15 amp hour battery. What a great deal.
And it's all built for you. See, I need something like that.
That's nice.
I need something like that
I've got
for
a
my
15 amp
rig.
hour. Oh, look.
My biggest problem is power.
They got a little button there for the light. Look at that. What a great idea. I may have to take a photo of this And
I just see you laying there and had to look like two fat footballs.
pardon me while I take a picture. I'll look at PowerWorks website too.
I like that.
I like the size of it.
And so,
I have a watt cycle, 100 amp hour. I need to put that in something, but my 15 amp hour would go nicely in here. It's cool.
Very cool.
All right.
So there's
Nice mic arm here.
yeah, I like that. Heil's got some great mics. I actually spoke with Bob Heil on a Zoom call one time before he passed away. Bob Heil, who owns this, these are not made for like professional sound. These are made for to make your voice to where it can be heard over HF easier. A lot. So you're not using stage mics or studio mics. You want to shape your voice to where it's a better copy. It's not always the greatest sound, but you get more context and more communication using something like that. That's a communicating antenna mast. Looks like it's portable, and it looks like it's interlocking. Is that probably for an RV or something? Put it on the back of the
Portabout. I think it does. I think that's the one that goes in the RV.
Yeah. And I have a lower version of this. Mine doesn't have UHF, but this is an antenna analyzer, and it does a pretty good job. But MFJ went out of business. The owner, Martin F. Jewell, decided to retire, and he just shut the company down. So that's kind of a sad thing for hams.
Yep, I have the same one.
Yep. You have the UHF version? You have the UHF?
No, I don't think mine does UHF.
Yeah, mine just says VHF and HF, so
Yeah. So,
I can't remember how far it goes, but
and here's all the books.
okay, guys, this is the book I'm going to recommend. This book here, and you know it changes every few years. But this is Gordon West. I met this man. Sometimes they come with a little CD, and he just talks about it a little bit. I don't feel a CD in there anymore. It might. I just can't operate with one hand here. But this is the book to get you started in amateur radio. There are 5 classes of amateur radio operators out there. Only 3 you can test for. So this is technician class. And when you're done with the technician class, you go to the general class. And then after general class, you go into the extra class. And Paul and I are extra class operators.
What are you doing?
Hey, what are y'all doing?
That's Bentley. He's a store manager. He's also a club member with our local club. So this is the highest class out there, period, for the United States. And Paul and I both have that. And these are the books I use. Actually, no, not for tech, but general and extra. I use these books, so highly recommend it. They're about $30 a piece, but well worth it. If you get one of these books, it's going to list every single question that's on the current test. They change every 4 years and they offset, so make sure you have a current book. If you get one of these, look at read the question, look down, see what the correct answer is, and then highlight the answer with a highlighter. Do not read the other answers. It's going to show you all the answers that will be on there, but you don't want those in your head. Highlight the correct answer, so when you study it, you're going to read the question, you're going to read the correct answer, and then read the explanation why that's the correct answer. And if you do that, there's a good chance you're going to pass that test. So here's some more Heil gear. Headphones and a microphone right there. And what's nice is you can phase it in and out to try to get better audio for receiving. Bob Heil was actually the sound engineer for the band called The Who. And that's where he's got his audio background. Absolute genius. He developed so many things for the sound industry and hammer industry. Antennas. They have every antenna known to man here. So this is UHF, with a massive base there.
Oh yeah, this is the
So
this is
what,
like the screwdriver antenna.
okay, so but
What is this?
But it says UHF right there.
Oh, no, it does.
UHF to 30 megahertz. Okay. Or 30 no.
That's 80 meter.
Why does it say UHF on the bill though? That's
Does it only
confusing.
do?
No, it's 33.5, 80 meters to was that 10 meters?
10 meters.
Yeah.
Why is it?
That,
Does that mean it does FM or something? I don't get it.
I think somebody messed up in the graphics department.
Yeah, how much is this?
Well, that's the brand. It's the UHF. It's $430. It's confusing.
But see, with this,
There's a software for it. I got them here.
so
That's
this
a
one,
beefy.
yeah, you've got your coax somewhere here, maybe
Yeah.
on the bottom, maybe here, and then you mount it, and then you have to have a remote control to tune it.
You know what? I'm dumb. UHF is a style connector, so that's probably an SO.
Yeah.
That's an SO 239.
But see,
Okay.
here's the difference. So look,
So you don't
with
need
these kinds, it goes up and down in tunes. Well, you have to manually tune it. Well, auto manually tune it with this
Right.
extra cable. So you got a coax cable, you got a remote cable to tune it for power and everything else.
That tripped me up. Why did it say UHF?
And I can show you the
connector.
Yaesu one that you don't need that extra cable. It sends power and tuning through the coax, so it's a lot nicer setup.
Got some dummy loads here. And this you basically put on the output of your radio when you're testing it, and it eats the signal as much as it can, so you're not transmitting out in the world. And the reason for something like this is to because you don't want to transmit. You're testing something in the radio itself, and this absorbs the power. But I would say this is more for like VHF, UHF radios, because when you're doing HF, you're usually using a lot more power, and you need a bigger heat sink or dummy load.
Yeah, when I power test, I can't remember if this is the one I have, I forget which one, probably the end. No, I do have the UHF connection, not the end. I just run it on low power. So I'm only putting out like 5 watts. But some of them handle, my little one handles, my little attenuator handles 10. This might handle a little more, but you don't need high power to test. You can see it right here. It does 15 watts.
15 watts,
Yeah.
okay.
So you run low power.
Right.
You don't need, a bunch of power to run a dummy load. That's just to do some tests on things. And you got your mobile mounts.
Pero me están pidiendo
I
las
just took
letras
one
del
out.
muchacho para saber la dirección del zip code.
Yes, he's standard homework.
I have and here's Comet.
Same type of stuff.
It's just they're a competitor for Diamond. I've got Diamond antennas and I've got Comet antennas, and I'll show you what is an excellent antenna if I could find it. So these are HT antennas, or your handheld radios, also known as walkie-talkies. And this
is a great idea. So if you don't want to drill through walls and stuff, this will connect to your radio, and then this flat piece you can actually close your window, and it'll still run the coax through a window. It's a window pass through.
You need to be a little mindful of the amount of power you're using.
Yeah.
But $60.
Yeah, pass through a window without drilling and stuff. Surge protectors, so some of your lightning surge protection, little gas tube replacements. I probably should replace mine.
Well, you said surge protectors. They're also, well, it does say lightning protection on there, but
Well, lightning surge.
right. Anytime you have wind or any kind of storms in the area, they don't just protect from lightning. They help bleed off static that builds up. So wind going across an antenna will build up static after a while, and it can actually damage your radio. It's just that buildup of static. And what this does is that it bleeds off that static from your line, and helps protect your radio, even if there's not a storm in the area.
I lost a radio with an antenna in my attic. Static also builds in the attic. I didn't know that until Yaesu told me.
Oh,
And I don't have.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I thought they were all protected, and something happened to the radio I used for the node. Yaesu said the front end was gone. They can't. It's replacing it's more than buying a new radio. And I said, well, how did that happen? The antenna's in the attic. He says, it still builds static. So I had no surge or any kind of...
What about an antenna in the house itself? Because I have an antenna in another room.
I guess, I don't know. I would guess static is built anywhere.
Maybe I should stick my tongue to the antenna.
I'm not a statistician. I'm not a staticologist. What I have on my truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, believe it or not, this small antenna actually outperforms some of the bigger ones. This is the B10 NMO, and I actually had this sitting on my work desk and waiting to be installed in my car, but this is the antenna I bought to do it. Great performance. If you're just using repeaters, it's worth it.
Actually, no, I think I have this one. I think I have the spring on the back.
There's a UHF version of it right there.
That spring. I can't remember now if I do or don't. I have one of these. I forget.
So these are all under $50.
Yeah, it's good low profile.
See, Mike Nelson had these, and he had 2 of them on top.
These are great low profile antennas.
But that antenna is incredible, and man, I wish I could do like fishing lures and just grab the whole shelf. But yellow is diamond. I have a Diamond X30 that I use for my base station, and that's this right here. 6.3 antenna. And then there's the X50. If I had an outside antenna, I'd be buying the X50. Which is a really good antenna. This is the CX333, and this one is actually a tri-band antenna. It does 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and 1 1/4 meter, which is your 220 frequencies. Well, that was a lot of fun. A lot of sticker shock. It's always expensive. Actually, it's not. It's not necessarily that expensive. You're not going to have to pay $500 to have a single radio per radio. You can start out with 25, 35 bucks with some cheap handheld radios, and they'll get you a short distance between each other. But if you hook it up to a repeater or use a repeater, you're talking miles and miles and miles. A good 50, 100 miles depending on the repeater setup. So it's not, it's not that you have to sink a bunch of money into it. You just gotta ease yourself into it sometimes. We looked at ham radios and we played with some ham radios. Now we're gonna use some ham radios. And when the event's called POTA, P-O-T-A, Parks on the Air. Well, this is gonna be Paul's 4th time doing POTA and my first.
Third.
No?
3rd time, 2 parks.
You've done it 3 times before, right?
Yes. Oh, this will be my 4th.
This will be your 4th time.
Now I'm listening.
Now he's paid attention. So Paul's going to be his 4th time, and my 1st time. I've never done this. The people are absolute addicts of this. That they go out, they get out in the park, they get out in life, set up a station and go with it. So
I didn't bring my portable gear, so we're just going to do it out of the truck.
All right, sounds good. We have an HF radio right here. This is the Yaesu 991. This is a 400. They don't make the 400 anymore. I like it. It's got a big screen on it. I have a 400. It's just kind of been a little banged up.
All right, so we have to put the antenna on.
Okay. So I'm going to come out with him.
I don't drive around with the antenna.
You don't?
No, it's $400.
But you know, if you're on a road trip in the middle of West Texas or something, it might be worth it. Oh, I do want to put a cap on my mount if I do a mount.
I don't even say how much it is on the thing, but I just don't want someone walking by and unscrewing it and taking $400.
Right. No, if you're stopped, that's one thing.
I mean, the mount will hold it.
So this is the ATAS 120, and it's a screwdriver antenna. So as he tunes up and down, you'll actually see it going up and down and lengthening itself. Pretty stinking cool antenna. But he's right, that's a $400 antenna, and somebody can just walk by and unscrew it. And
so what this will do, antenna at different frequencies is different lengths, right? So this has a coil inside here to fake and to trick the radio into thinking it's a long antenna. And so as it tunes to a different frequency, it'll go up or down, and there's a metal ring contact inside there that touches whatever point in the coil to make it radio think it's a certain length. So it's not as great as a big antenna up in the air, but it is a great antenna. So when we tune it, we'll see it go up and down.
So he changes frequencies here. You're going to see it go up and down. And he's starting his car to get a little more power to it. It's actually linked to the radio. So the Yaesu radios, when you have these ATAS antennas, they sync. See, it's going up right there. It's very quiet. Very quiet. So you don't have to use a tuner because it tries to tune it exactly. By just lengthening the wire. Pretty cool stuff. Let's get back in here.
I forgot I have to have the car on. All right, let me activate.
So you're signing in to this POTA app.
So we're within the green zone, so we're in the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot the number of the park, so US 4423. I'm not as familiar with this as others, so let's add an activation. US 4423, was it? 4423, it says Spring Creek Forest Preserve. We're going to do this now. I have not completed the sign-up process. Yes, I did, a long time ago. That's weird. I've done this before. Am I not signed in? Maybe I signed in with something different. Oh. My account is not under Google. It's a separate sign-in. There we go. Okay. Let's do activation. There's my call sign. US 4423. Start date we're going to do now. Start time is, what's UTC right now? I don't have my watch. 11:51. We're what? -6. 5:51. So we'll say 17. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 17. And let's say 55. And end date is today, and we'll just say 30 minutes.
So that'll be 18.
Should I say an hour?
Yeah, 18:55 then.
Let's do 18:55.
Or 54. It's close enough.
Yeah. 55.
You just went to 1955.
Whoops. 18. Come on. Ah, it's not going down. There we go. Okay. 18:55.
It went back to 1955.
18:55. Okay. And let's do just do 20 meters, I guess, or I can do 20/10, maybe.
Sure.
Okay. We'll save it. And now it should show, when people look, it should show in this list of parks. So K07T is at US 3496, KE4MKG is there, and it goes through and shows all the people who are doing different parks all over the country. Well, in the world. Canada and everywhere else. Japan has parks. So anyway, so now people will see that I'm on there. And then people can spot you. We're on 20 meters. I can turn this way if you want to sit. It's up to you.
No, I got better lighting here.
And unfortunately, I don't have an external speaker, so the speaker's down there. Make sure we're tuned.
What power level are you using?
It's 1 to 1. I'm assuming, oh, that's true, it could be low. 100 watts.
So can you run 100 watts with your power setup? Okay.
So what we'll do is I'm going to go to a logging software because I don't want to write things down. I was going to live stream this, but let's see. Where's Polo? Polo, fairly new app for logging. There was my last one, Ray Roberts. Let's do, got to download the parks. Oh my goodness. Let's turn that annoying thing off for now. We've got to download the parks.
It's going to take a little
Are you
long.
on Ham Jazz?
Yes.
I need you to spot me.
Okay.
Or if you want to do this, I can do 10 contacts, then you do 10 contacts.
Okay.
And you can do an activation. And it's got 4 bars, 5 Gs, but it just seems slow. It must be a big file. I didn't think about it. What I should have done was I should have brought my battery. And then I could leave the car off. Okay. New operation. Location. US 4423. Grid square.
Nope. Yeah, it's asking for a grid square.
That's a grid square. Let me do the POTA. Parks on the air. We're going to do US. Oh my gosh, you guys. US.
It's right there.
442.
You
There we
select
go.
it.
Oh, it does it by distance, so right there. Spring Creek Forest Reserve. Let's go back. It's there. Import manage. Nearby parks. Okay, we're there. And I just want to start logging. How do you start logging? Right here. Okay. Let's change this to our frequency, which is, still sounds clear. We'll do 14,264. Whoops. 264. SSB. Okay, so now I'll put their call sign in here, their state, and we'll log at least 10 contacts. Then you submit it, and that counts as an activation.
All right.
So let's do it. This K5VOP is the frequency in use. Is the frequency in use. This is K5VOP. You think that's coming in okay on the camera?
Mm-hmm.
This is Kilo 5 Victor Oscar Papa. Kilo 5 Victor Oscar Papa at POTA Park US 4423. POTA US 4423. CQ, this is K5VOP for POTA US 4423. CQ. CQ, this is Kilo 5 Victor Oscar Papa at POTA Park US 4423. US 4423 POTA. US 4423 POTA. K5VOP calling CQ. We're here, ATAS at Park US 4423 in North Texas. Come again, no copy there. Is that a 5757? All right, QSL, I got you about a 55. Thanks for coming back. 73. We put the QSO in there. and it records it Zulu time, UTC time. And once we get 10 of those, you got the little 10 up here.
Then it's activated.
Then you can submit it, and you've activated the park successfully. So we'll get 9 more, and we'll go from there. CQ POTA, this is K5 VOP, Kilo 5 Victor Oscar Papa, CQ POTA, K5 VOP. This is K5 VOP, CQ POTA, Kilo 5 Victor Oscar Papa, CQ POTA, CQ POTA, this is Kilo 5 Victor Oscar Papa, CQ POTA, K5 VOP. Kilo Whiskey 4 Hotel Tango 59 into US 4423.
USL, I have you 57 here into northern Alabama. Thank you for activating.
Very cool. Thanks for Alabama. You have a great day. 73s.
CQ POTA, this is calling CQ POTA. KB0 TYJ, I have you 5858 in North Texas, US Park 4423. That's 4423.
New Mexico.
Okay, copy 59. Appreciate the contact. CQ POTA, this con CQ POTA. Can you spot?
I spotted you.
Okay. CQ POTA, this calling CQ POTA.
KF5.
I copy Kilo Foxtrot 5 Romeo Golf QSL.
Zulu Golf.
Okay, I got Romeo Zulu Golf QSL. Okay, I also copy 5-7 from North Texas. U.S. Park Designator 4423. That's 4423. What do you say?
Something about Sonora?
Okay, you're near Sonora. I'm actually in Garland, Texas at the moment. QSL? I appreciate you coming back to me from Central Texas. This is so Paul made 30 contacts. I made 11 before the band died. So that's pretty cool. The stations that I got in contact with, this is a map where they all are. So that was pretty awesome. That was POTA. That was my first POTA. Sorry, I'm not doing it live because that's going to be a lot of editing. I should have handed the camera to Paul, but you can kind of see what he was doing. I got 11 contacts out of it. Paul got 30, but Paul did it for the full hour. I just want to say I did it. So I've done a POTA activation. Now to try to figure out how to upload it from my phone onto the POTA site so I can get credit for my first activation. Thanks, Paul. That was fun. That was fun.
Got to do more of them.
Yeah, we gotta do take a station and go in the park a little bit. That would be a lot more fun, I think.
But when I do it, I'll probably live stream most of the time. It's a good way to get followers.
Well, he did live stream me, so you'll see it where right after I gave my call sign, he started live streaming. I looked at him. You're streaming? You're live streaming? He said, no, I'm not. He said, continue on. I don't like my call sign on the air right now. I may change that here soon. I'll reveal my call sign, and I'll reveal my my call sign for GMRS as well. So, but if I'm on the air, I'll gladly talk to you, and you'll get my call sign that way. We're driving home. We've had a full day. Lots of fun. lots of sun. It was freezing this morning.
Yeah,
We were worried about it, but it was a nice day.
Weird about Texas. You put a jacket on in the morning and by 10 you have to take it off.
Yeah, it was 80 degrees earlier, and then we had a freeze warning last night, so go figure. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and hope to do some more of this stuff again. Someday I'll get my call sign on YouTube, but just not right now. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care. Be safe. Bye. Yeah, I probably should get a P.O. box. That's the reason why I don't share my call sign on YouTube, is because it's to my house now. And I may be moving in the next year or two, so maybe I'll switch everything to a P.O. box and take care of that way.